Hello. This is part 4 of the New Kid series, and, there's gonna be a swearing warning and some mentions of alcohol, but I hope you enjoy. Let's get into the video. Kyle and I walked towards the large hall. It was the lunchroom. Kyle led me to a steel table where Eric was sitting. "Hey sis, how's your day so far?" he asked. "Good. Kyle has helped me out a lot," I replied as Kyle smiled. Eric rolled his eyes. "Stupid Jew," Eric remarked. I nudged him. Mew? He called. I don't fucking know. Kenny came over his stand and sat down. We exchanged hellos. Kyle said with his muffled hood. I still can't understand him. He said so listener made any other friends. Stan quoted, "Well, I met Wendy." Stan cut me off. "Oh fuck," he claimed. "You cannot start hanging out with Wendy," Stan continued. Kyle sighed. "There are so off and on. You can never tell when they're together." "Oh," I replied. "Well, I thought she was nice." We all continued to eat lunch. I had a home-packed meal. My Aunt Leanne, Cartman's mom, made. For some odd reason, Eric didn't want any. Kyle's POV. I watched Listener eat her lunch. God, how can a Cartman be that pretty? Every time I spoke to Listener Cartman would give me a look of "Don't you fucking dare." I invited her for coffee this afternoon. I hope she knows it's a date. Kyle. I hear Ryan shout. It snapped me out of my thoughts. "Sorry, what?" I asked. I saw Craig and Tweak standing next to Listener. They asked me to hang out with them. "I'll see you later, Kyle," she exclaimed while getting off the steel seating. At least she's making new friends, but I still want her to be with us. Listener's POV. I walked with Craig and Tweak to the table with friendly-looking boys. "So, Listener, this is Clyde." He pointed to a boy in a red jacket with blue collar. "This is Token." He pointed at a boy with an expensive-looking purple sweater. "This is Jimmy." He pointed at a boy in a yellow hood. "And you already know Tweak." Tweaks awkwardly waved. "So let me see if I've got this. Clyde, Token, Jimmy, Tweak, and Craig." I smiled, pointing at each of them. Everyone nodded, and I sat down next to Token. "I'm Listener," I greeted them while sitting down. "What a pretty name," Clyde, oh my god, said, staring at me. "No, Clyde, she isn't one of your hoes you can flirt with," Craig interrupted him. "So, how's your first date been?" Token asked me with a big grin. "Oh, it's actually really good." They all smile at me. My answer except for Craig. He just looked at me with a straight expression. "Ag, Listener, you should come to my parents' coffee shop after school with us, Ag," Tweak said in between jolts. "I would, but I'm going to a coffee shop with Kyle this afternoon," I replied with a frown from Tweak. "Oh, see you there then," Craig said in his monotone voice. Oh, I don't know if it's tweet. Craig interrupted me and said, "Tweaked coffee bros?" I nodded in confusion. "See you there, listener," Clyde smirked. This whole conversation made me confused. Clyde walked off to a table of girls without saying anything. He sat next to Bebe and kissed her. Does he know Bebe likes Kyle? I asked Iran. No, Ag. Telling him would be too much pressure, Tweak exclaimed. They all nodded and Tweak's response. I just ignore it. They've all known each other since the start of school, so they must be used to this. You all should have seen listener going at Bebe, Craig said, still in his monotone voice. Yeah, it was incredible. Tweet continued. Damn, listener, no one dare talks up to Bebe. Small time skip. The bell rang and everyone started to get up and wave goodbye. I ventured off on my own. I knew Kenny and Eric were in my class, but I couldn't find them. I looked around for a while and found my geometry class. It took 5 minutes until I found the orange Parker Kenny. Time skip to the coffee date. Listener's point of view. I waited outside of the school. The staring still hadn't died down. I see a green hat in the corner of my eye. I turn over to see Kyle. He had the biggest grin on his face. Ready? He exclaimed with glee. As ready as I'll ever be, I replied. Time skip. We made it to Tweak's Coffee Bros. Kyle opened the door for me and my nose filled with the light of coffee. We were greeted by the lovely Tweak. Kyle led me to the corner. You can choose anything, he said, smiling. Aren't I supposed to be making up for spilled coffee? I said playfully. He nudged me. I mean, this is a date. Shouldn't the guy treat the girl? He played along with my playfulness. I'm fine. I'll pay for yours, and I'll get you a muffin for the ruined jacket. I reply. He was finally agreeing to my terms. Hey, Tweak, could I please get whatever your favorite drink is, and for him, a muffin, and I look at Kyle. Oh, a cappuccino. Tweak nodded, and he handed out the little pay machine, and I quickly swiped my card before Kyle noticed. Hey, I was supposed to do that. He whined. They will be ready short, ugly. Tweak smiled. Kyle and I sat down at a booth. We spoke and spoke. I was really starting to like Kyle. Time skip. Kyle's POV. We have been talking for hours and still have so much to talk about. She has had so much in common with me. We like Terrence and Philip in a favorite show. Many video games we both loved. Soccer, she's perfect. Right, I heard her say, which caught me out of my trance. Oh, sorry, I got distracted. I mumbled, kind of embarrassed. She gave me a warm smile. I do that all the time. She laughed. She has a way of making people smile when they're feeling something negative. I was talking about how bossy Ellie was in the new Last of Us show. She said, putting her hand on the table. I agree, I smiled, placing my hand on hers. Joel was badass as well. She looked down and blushed at my hand. It was so cute. I blushed at her being cute, and she giggled at me. Boo! Listener shrieked, "Oh, hey Clyde. You are the second person to do that today. Oh, are you guys on a date?" Token appeared from behind Clyde. I looked to see I was still holding Wyan's hand. She went as red as Stan's pom-pom. Craig appeared and flipped us off, then walked over to Tweak and gave him a small peck on the cheek. Listener's POV. Clyde hopped into the booth next to Kyle. It got awkward. "Clyde, don't be an ass," Craig said, coming towards us holding Tweak's hand. Clyde rolled his eyes and hopped next to Jimmy, who I didn't even notice. "We'll leave you lovers alone," Tolkien winked. Kyle was still blushing. When everyone completely left, I held Kyle's hand tighter, and he looked at me and stared into my eyes. "Never thought I would like a Cartman." He laughed. "You like me?" I asked him. He laughed at me. Obviously. We spent the rest of the time laughing at the awkward interaction. Time skip. We left the coffee shop still laughing with each other. My house wasn't far away, so we made it quickly. "Thank you for walking me home. New towns are scary." I smiled at him. "Anytime. Thank you for buying me coffee and a muffin." He replied, "Anytime, Kai." I giggled. "Kai?" He blushed. "Oh, fuck." I laughed. "Good night, Kai." I kissed him on the cheek and walked inside. He stood still, and I realized what I just did. I ran upstairs and right into my room. "Ah!" I screamed into my pillow like a fangirl. Kyle's POV. I stood there frozen in shock. That was the best moment of my life. I started to walk home. It was breezy, but nothing could distract me from the fact that I just went on a date with the most beautiful girl in all of South Park, Listener Cartman. I reached my home and walked in. The heater was on, so it instantly warmed me up. "Hello, my little man," my mother greeted me. "What were you up to tonight? Were you with the boys again?" She continued. "Oh, I was on a date with Wyan. You remember her, right?" My dad, brother, and mother all stared at me. What? My little man isn't so little anymore," my mother shrieked. She ran and hugged me tightly. "Please invite her for dinner. I need to see my baby's girlfriend, and I don't even know if she's my girlfriend, but sure, I'll invite her." I sighed. My parents are embarrassing sometimes. I walked upstairs and ran into my room. I jumped onto my bed and immediately went on my phone. Text messages. Super best friend. Kyle, "Hey dude, do you have Listener's number?" Stan, "Nah, I don't. But I think Kenny does." Kyle, "Thanks. I just went on a date with her, actually." Stan, "Really? Oh my days, how did it go?" Kyle, "Good. We like each other." Stan, "Double dates?" Kyle, "Hell no. I'm gonna ask Kenny for her number now. Talk to you later, bro." Stan, "Bye, man." McHordick. Kyle, "Hey, Kenny." Kenny, "Hey, what's up?" Kyle, "Do you have Listener's number?" Kenny, "No, but I can give you her Insta." Kyle, "That works. Thanks, man." Kenny, "Just get her number from Fat Ass." Kyle, "He would kill me by squishing me." Kenny, "Lol." Kyle, "Talk to you soon. Bye." Kenny, "Bye." Off text messages. I found her on Insta and followed her. A couple minutes later, she added me back. Her posts were mainly silly ones with her old friends. I hope we can make memories like these. Okay, so this is basically just like pictures you posted on Instagram and people and he's just looking at it. So yeah, I'm just gonna skip over that because yeah. She seems to have a very friendly community on her posts. I DM her, "Hey, it's Kyle. What's your phone number? I didn't get it earlier." She instantly replied back, "Hey, Kai, it's," and then your phone number. Kyle, "Hey, coffee spiller." Listener, "Rude. I thought I already made up for that." Kyle, sorry. Listener, "It's all good in the hoodie. It's all goody in the hoodie." Kyle, "Oh, my mom is asking to invite you to dinner." Listener, "Sure, when?" Kyle, "I think like on Wednesday." Listener, "My parents do." Kyle, "Yeah." Listener, "Yeah, we can make it." Kyle, "Sick. See you tomorrow. I'm sleepy. You spilled the coffee I needed to stay awake." Listener, "Oh my god, stop." Bye, Kai. End of messages. Listener's POV, I got off messages with Kyle and I was filled with delight. My phone started going off. You had been invited to the douchebag GC. Cartman, "Hey, YN." Listener, "Hello, Kenny. Anyone want to come get drunk with me?" Kyle, "Kenny, how do you even get alcohol?" Kenny, "I have my ways, Broflovski." Stan, "You guys talk too much. Go to bed." Listener, "It's like 6:30. Stan, "Really? Never mind." Stan, "At Kenny, I'm coming." Kenny, "Sick. See you in 30. Listener, "Can I come?" Cartman, "No." Listener. Sad face emoji. Fine. Kenny, "Badass. We will just be at my house." Cartman, she is too precious for alcohol." Listener, "I've already had it before." Cartman, "What?" Listener, I'm going to bed now." Listener exited the chat. I'm dead tomorrow. Okay, that was it. The next chapter is gonna be, very bad. But, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you have a good afternoon, day, or night, and I will see you tomorrow.